Well, the weather here might be unseasonably sunny, but that hardly makes up for the economic gloom casting a shadow over everything. So it's little surprise that thousands of young Britons are seriously considering leaving it all behind for rather warmer climes. According to one recent survey, more than a fifth of us would emigrate provided money was no object. The Sky's Alistair Bunkle is at the Opportunities Expo at Chelsea's ground in West London. Lots of people down there with packed suitcases.
Yeah, they reckon there'll be around 6,000 people here over the weekend. Ticket sales are up 25% on last year, and it's not so much a jobs fair, but more an opportunity for anyone considering emigrating to kind of find out about things like bank accounts, healthcare, the education system if they've got children. I'm joined now by two people. Let's first come to Sharon Hayward-Stewart, who I've just grabbed you looking around some of the stalls.
Yeah.
You're considering a move to Australia.
Yeah, definitely. I think the main thing for us, is because London is just becoming so crowded and congested all the time. And every time I go to Australia, it just feels a young, fresh country, lots of outdoor opportunities, great food. Obviously the career prospects are reasonably good still.
Yeah, I mean in terms of an environmental climate, it's great. The weather's superb.
Absolutely. Yeah, the summer, it'd be a bit odd, I think, having Christmas in the summertime, but I think I can probably cope with that.
And how far down the line are you?
We're literally just starting, and I was a bit worried because we're actually over 40, and I didn't realise you could still apply. So that's actually encouraged me quite a bit. So you can still apply up to the age of 45. So
but it's not as simple as just upping sticks and moving abroad.
Absolutely not. No, it's going to take a year or maybe even 2 years. We've been told, but that's okay. If you've got something to kind of look forward to, so it's cool.
Okay, well let's turn to Steve Davis, who works for the Australian government. You're part of their immigration team over here in London. Yes. Why are Brits attractive to the Australians?
I think there's lots of reasons. For some of the reasons that Sharon mentioned, the lifestyle, the climate, the beaches is all a great attraction, but also I think we have good opportunities for people, good opportunities for families and children.
But why do you want the British? Why are you actively here trying to steal some of the workforce, if you like?
Well, I mean, Britain's always been a strong supplier of workers to Australia. There's historical links. We've had the £10 POMs back in the 50s and 60s, and there's a lot of English heritage in Australia. There's 1.3 million British citizens who live in Australia. So I think it's a long traditional relationship which we continue to try and build upon and grow.
But let's be clear. You guys have your economic problems as well. It's not all rosy down under.
Yeah, it's not all rosy, but I mean we're still doing relatively well, I think, compared to many others. And there's still opportunity. I mean, there's been a recent reduction in the skilled migration program, but that's only a 14% reduction on what was a record program. So in that sense, we've still got big numbers, bigger than last year even, and so there's still opportunity, but perhaps not as good as it was before we had the recent problems. Yeah.
Okay, Steve, Sharon, we must leave it there, but very interesting stuff. These exhibitions go on across the UK, and at first glance, they seem to be extremely popular.
An appealing prospect for many, I'm sure. Alistair, many thanks.